This video and others like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. Please show your support with a like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any new videos. If you want to get involved with the channel, consider becoming a channel member. There are many benefits to channel membership, including access to our Discord, exclusive deck tech and strategy videos, and the opportunity to help create channel content. I want to sincerely thank all our channel members, as I truly couldn't do this without your support. You guys rock. Go Commando.
Hey, this is SwagDean with Dice Commando, and today we're going to be messing around with some Smash concepts and ideas. Just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about like the process of building Smash decks. It is something that's typically spearheaded by me at this point, although I do run these by some other people. But there are like some basic theories and such on how we go about building a Smash deck. So I'm going to go actually take one of our existing Smash decks and kind of show what I mean, and then we will I will show one that I have already kind of built to, you know, be part of the practice and playtesting for the next wave of ARH Smash, because they gave us a bunch of options in this next set, and we do have enough cards that I think we could support another wave of unique stuff. May take a while, no promises on a time frame, but let's get into one. So, if anyone is unaware, Smash is a format where we have 15 card half decks of a particular character, and you smash two together and you can play them. So here is Cara Dune. This is one of the existing 8 ARH Smash characters. So normally what you'll get is you'll get a hero. Usually they're going to be 15 or less, so that she is 14. And we want, when you're building the deck, so they're all singleton. We have one or two times where we've cheated on that. We let Seven Sister have 2 of her droids, things like that. But in general, it's all singleton, so it's not super consistent. And you normally get 3 to 5 dice. So in this case, we have 4. And I think rule number 1 is thematic. Rule number 2 is functional. And 3 would be unique. Those are kind of like the guiding principles of Smash. So, her being red, but she can run melee, but then her ability lets her run things ranged, so she's good for mixing damage. She's got trooper synergy, so red hero trooper. What are the cards that work best within that archetype? And then are there any that are thematically linked to Cara Dune that still function within the deck? So for Cara, we obviously have to bring her blaster. That would make sense in this deck more than any other. But as we're thinking about the dice, we do want to have, like, do you have things that you can play early? Do you have things that you can play later that are larger? Do you have, like, we don't want you to have all redeploys, because that wouldn't be as the same strength level of someone who has, maybe say, like more force abilities where they don't all redeploy, or someone who has all supports. So we'd have to balance their dice. So here she's got a cheap drop, just a thematic trooper type weapon. Veteran of War fits in there. She is a veteran. She's got a tattoo on her face and everything for it. He needs a unique red character, which she is. It's also a very popular and cool card. To get it into Smash is great, but also doesn't redeploy. So we give her a redeploy. Security Baton gives her a redeploy. It's melee, and like I said, depending on your partners, that might be really helpful to you. And then you have her blaster, which is great, and it gains redeploy on her. So half of her dice can stay in. There, other than Veteran of War, you can play them on your partner, but you gain redeploy. There's bonuses if you can play them on her. And then we get into our event package. So things like, are they on the art? That's a nice bonus. We don't want to give them all removal. We want to have some trick plays, some extra bonuses. I do like to give upgrades and supports, especially like diceless ones that work with them. So this is a unique trooper bonus. Upgrades. So while it's not a die, you can strengthen all of her dice with it, which is good. And thematic, because she's handed a badge in the show. It's kind of similar. So you can make some thematic ties. So then roll in the mud. It's amazing. That's a removal. But then we have cards like this that pump your damage. Removal. Got a decent amount of removal going on. But then here's the action cheating, re-rolling, so cheap mitigation kind of stuff. Being able to dig for cards, other tricks. You don't want her to have it that's like, what's all the best red hero removal? Here's 4 dice cards. That's Cara Dune. Let's give her some unique kind of tricks, other fun, cool plays that can happen. So, if this is a super tuned up deck, probably not going to have Dank Ferric in it, but those are her 2 buddies. And, it's a unique kind of cool thing that she can do. So that's kind of an example of a Smash deck. And let me throw that in here. So I've already promised this one. There's going to be a Mandalorian in Smash because there's this cool race request. We've been waiting for him forever. If we go back in the way back machine, before FFG canceled the game, we already had rumblings that hot new Mandalorian show is going to be supported with the next set, which was going to be Wild Horizons, and then of course that set never materialized. So the Mandalorian was the thing that was to be delivered that we didn't get. We still haven't gotten a Rancor. But so Mandalorian has to be in Smash. When they made their first pass on him in ARH, he was a big. He actually could play him 3 die. So not smashable. It's kind of a bummer. But the Mandalorian, who, like I said, has to be in Smash now, he brings some challenges. So right off the bat, I went through all of these dice thematically fit him. He's on the art. That's his gun. That's his ship. That's him shooting that gun. Darksaber. Whole seasons of the show about him having this, giving it to others. Very first episode. Gonna go find this little dude. Spear. There he is. He got it. It's a cool thing. Whistling birds. That was the whole episode. Trying to get that thing. It's cool scenes. A vibroblade. Yep. That's him. Fighting with it. Renowned with his hot new armor. His new ship. There he is with his blaster pistol. And then him with his flamethrower. Obviously, that is a lot of dice. That is 13 dice that would fit thematically for the Mandalorian. And he can't have them all, so we'll have to pick some. I went through. This is a first pass. I have not played not one time with the new Mando. I have not played this deck. I have not tested it against anything, but this was my first pass at a Mandalorian Smash deck. If you want to build this and have fun with it, absolutely have fun. I don't know that this is going to be the frontal version, but here it is. We got the hot new Dengar. So this version is a guard, not a bounty hunter. So he's not going to get his bounty hunter tricks. As this version is coming in, and it's more the later season Mandalorian, I think that's going to help make us a couple decisions. Just kind of sticking thematically with this era of Mando. I don't know why it's upside down. The Great Forge is thematic for him, and the whole exhausting messing of upgrades is definitely part of his function. So it's a great thematic but also functional battlefield for him. And obviously it's a brand new one, so none of the existing ARH characters have that one. So it's perfect. Alright, let's get into our event package. Neutralize. Bonus if he's in the art. Ambush, exhaust, and upgrade that you control to remove a die. So totally within the theme of what he does and his cool tricks. Outmaneuver, ambush, resolve one of your character dice showing damage to remove a die. So we got some removal. Battle confidence. This doesn't show, I don't think, him specifically, but yeah, it's Amando's. Choose the following card type, support, or upgrade. Give a character shields equal to the number of cards of the chosen type you can spot. So kind of get leaning into the guard element. Like, let's give him shields. He's got a thing that does, where he wants to have shields, things like that. So let's give him cards that will work with his ability. So guarded, activate a guard you control to reroll a die and remove a die if it shows damage. So fits his spot, and it's going to be kind of unique to him in Smash. I don't know if we're going to get another guard out. Dang, Ferric. We just showed this in the Cara Dune, but hey, it works. Fun little card, good use, and even if you don't have money, you got some kind of mitigation. Rally the Covert, kind of fun, and if you watch the most recent season, it's kind of something that he did. This would be a big, cool, splashy event to bust out in Smash. Nimble Fingers, so dice fixing. I like those odds. So reroll, and if it rolls damage, you gain a resource. Otherwise, you lose a resource. You got some gambling. I love gambling, press your luck kind of elements in Smash. It really adds to the variety and the spice of the playstyle. I have spoken, so ambush, messing with what they can do and some of their effects. We pretty much had to have Grogu. I mean, what other deck would it make sense to put him in? And so if we can add Grogu to Smash, we have to take that opportunity. This is just another decent support location. They did mess with the Krayt Dragon, a bit in the show, so why not? And it's one of those, like, in a less consistent format, it does a lot more work. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, since we're doing the guard era, let's go with his new vehicle. So instead of the Razor Crest, let's give him his current Starfighter vehicle. Since this is going to stay in play, I said it's something we got to think about. So we'll give him his blaster pistol, 2-drop. There's no limitations on it, so you can play it on your other Smash, character. So if you're Din, you draw this late and Mando's dead, you can still play it on your other character. Doesn't have redeploy, so he's got one that'll stay in play. This one will not necessarily. Whistling Birds, same thing, cool, thematic. Really only should go in his Smash deck, so it's another reason to maybe pick this one. Doesn't stay in play. Beskar Spear, you can always overwrite one of those with this one because it's a 3. This one does have redeploy, and it's unblockable, so you can definitely punish that in. So we got, and I do like versatility. I mean, you see he's got guns, he's got melee, so we've got melee upgrade, ranged upgrade, and then, support with a little bit of mixed. Got your shields, got your indirect. So there's some versatility. Depending on your partner, you might really value one of these or the other. If you got lots of guns and that 1-2 melee is the only one you're really rocking with, then you'll like Whistling Birds or the Blaster Pistol better. If your partner's melee, you got him with like a blue character or something, you're going to be loving that Beskar Spear. So it's got a decent amount of versatility. He's got some dice that can stay in play. It's heavy thematic. He is on the art, or you can tie him, lore-wise to pretty much every card in the deck, including the battlefield. And so for my first pass, I'm feeling this is pretty decent. He's starting with 4 dice. Like I said, usually between 3 and 5. We'll take a look, and this is one of those things we can manipulate. So in testing, let's say he comes in and he's a little weak. Maybe the mixed damage slows him down, something like that. Maybe he's not getting his tricks off as consistently. Then maybe we give him, one of these like 1-cost upgrades, like Renowned or something. And so maybe he'll get a 5th die or Courage. Maybe we'll swap out one of the events or, diceless supports or something like that, and we'll give him an extra die. Maybe that helps give him a little bit more power to match the other ones we're testing against. Or maybe he's coming in too strong. Actually, his ability is super consistent, and we've got a problem. This guy just rolls the floor. So then we might water him down. Maybe he loses this gun and gets around instead. Or maybe he's making too much money. Let's make him work for a little bit more. Let's bump the blaster pistol, and let's make him have to fight for the Ambar blaster. So he's got to save up his resources a little bit more to get that one. So these are some of the things that we can kind of tweak as we're testing to see where he's at. Maybe we hate that he doesn't have enough mitigation. Maybe we'll take away one of his dice fixing cards or whatever. So those are the things I'll be thinking about as we get into testing this phase. I do have some rough ideas of some characters to add and to test, so I can start kind of playing around with it. But I hope this helped illuminate a little bit kind of the process, or at least I start with Smash. And I'll try to keep you guys maybe a little bit more apprised this time of kind of how things are progressing. Keep people engaged in where things are going, because I'm excited about it. Once this next grouping drops, the ARH Smash pool will be much bigger. Whereas right now with 8, you kind of have to marry it with the old FFG set, and we take one ARH and one FFG. But once we have like 16 or so ARH Smash characters, well, now we got something. That's the size of the very first phase of FFG Smash, which people were able to have a ton of fun with. I think there's going to be a strong variety of characters. And the nice thing is that even though we have 60 Smash decks designed right now, I don't think, there's not a character that operates like Mando. And, some of the other characters we're looking at adding, there's not even redundancy with them against the whole FFG pool and the ARH pool. He'll still operate pretty uniquely. So if you do combine them all together in some kind of way, there's not too many decks that will feel very samey, and really working on having them all feel unique and play in a unique way, have unique cards, so that you can have a cool, unique experience when you drop this character on the table. So thanks for hanging out with me here, and looking forward to getting some more Smash games tonight. I hope everybody's having fun with the new Awaiting Fate set. I'm hoping to do some drafting myself with it. I've played around just a little bit so far. I'm hoping for more free time to get some more reps with the new set. And as always, go Commando.